Hi, I am Praharsh.
And I'm Kanishk, and we are hackers.
Well, self proclaimed.
But when it comes to smart home security, accessing the hardware level can reveal a lot.
And one of the most important points are the UART ports.
We actually faced this problem that we were working on an IoT based camera, we had the hardware, the PCB, every setup, but still unable to find the UART pins.
And it's not always straightforward. Manufacturers often don't label the UART ports.
And even sometimes they just disable the RX line for preventing external access.
So instead of gatekeeping,
We are exactly going to show you how it's done.
let's get started.
Alright, so this is the motherboard we will work with. It has so many open ports, a SD card slot, and even a power supply. So, as we already know, we have to find about UART ports, and we know that they come in a group of 4, not 3, not 2, not single. We have to look for 4 ports. For example, here we have 1 port, 2 port, 3 port. This might not be the UART ports as it's a group of 3. Again, if we look at other ports, we can find these 4 points. We can now check for if they are the UART ports. As we already know, there's nothing mentioned over here, and manufacturers don't mention about the UART ports openly. Alright, so now we'll check for ground. We'll use a multimeter for this. This is at off state right now. We'll switch to continuity. This is the red probe, this is the black probe, and if this sound beeps, then it is for ground. As you can see, it's showing 0 rating and a beep sound. That means the multimeter is working fine. We'll come back to our port again. We'll look for the 4 ports as we discussed earlier. These are the 4 segments we'll be checking for. And we can take this one, the big circle one, as our universal ground, because obviously we'll check for port number 1. It's showing a big value, but not a beep sound and not a value near to 0. So this is not ground, definitely. As you can hear a beep sound and a value close to 0 or 0. So this is the ground. For third port, again, a higher value and no beep sound, not ground. Similarly, to the third port, fourth port is also showing no signs for ground. So we confirm that the second port in this 4 port segment is the ground port.
Okay, so now that we know that we have the UART ports over here and the second one is GND. So let's just turn our multimeter on to 20 volts, and because these consume very low power, so we can check it upon 20 volts, and let's just power the device. I've connected the power and turn it on. Okay, as you can see, the light is on, so it's being powered. Now, what we can do is we can use either GND, either ground for over here or over here for checking it. Now that I've connected it over here, the first one is our VCC that is giving us a constant supply of about 3.3 volts. Second one is of course GND, so it remains on 0. And the third one and the fourth one are gonna be RX and TX. Now, how to determine which is RX and which is DX? So in most of the boards, RX is gives a constant supply of 3.3 volts as well, and the TX does fluctuate upon the values. So as you can see, it's fluctuating a bit over here. Yeah. So this is our TX, third one is RX, second one is, and the fourth one is, the first one is VCC, that is 3.3 volts. That's it. So now we know that what are the UART ports. We can just connect it with a TTL adapter or any other thing that could interface the UART connections with our PC, and we can just check the logs or even enter or transmit any values into the board as per requirements. Also, to make a brief note over here, that we knew that this is our GND and it has two pins on one side and a single pin on one side. So this actually resembles the general configuration of UART, by which we can just examine straight away that okay, the second one is GND, then the other one where we have only a single pin, that could be VCC, and the other one is RX and then TX. So this is basically the generic sequence of UART configuration, and you are gonna encounter the same sequence in most of the boards you are gonna encounter.